All right, Shalom. 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 Ahab wa baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Baha, Rakah, Kodash, and double honor to the elder apostles and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, not wavering to the left or to the right, over at GMS. And to the sincere Akyawa Akwath and the disciples like myself, salutations. Let's get right into it. This is a class about this wicked oppressor that we're still stuck under. And the first things first, the people that are coming back to this truth and calling upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai in these last days, just remember this, guys. You can't appreciate something unless you work for it. So double honors to anybody putting in this work sincerely. Now, let's get right into it. So this is a class about, well, you got Hawaii, you got North Carolina, you got a place up in Northern California also where they've had crazy storms, crazy earthquakes. You got the Mecca and I think it was in, I forget, Turkey a while back that they had this crazy earthquake also where they blamed America. And the thing is that now they have this hurricane brewing, and they're saying that and proving beyond the shadow. This is the cool part. They're proving beyond the shadow of a doubt that America does have this technology. And so, with that being said, without further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, why would they use technology to destroy their own people with a hurricane in North Carolina? So when it all comes down to money, guys, and that land that those people are living on is one of the most abundant lands in cobalt and lithium. So cobalt is how you get all your microchips. Gotta have your microchip. Well, they're made out of cobalt. And lithium ion, everybody knows what that is. When you have your cordless batteries on your drills, when you have the batteries on your phones, when they have the batteries on your electric cars. So now, why aren't they helping the people? They're not, right? They're not even helping anybody. They're saying we don't have any more funds left because we gave all the money to Ukraine and Israel and the immigrants, so there's nothing for you. When they did it to Hawaii, they only gave the Hawaii like $700 a piece on $1 million properties. Imagine that. Imagine that. And then tell them that's all you get. Nope, you're not getting anything from insurance either, so there's not going to be anything for you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. What is going on around here? Well, first of all, Job 9 and 24. I did it again. Let's get right into it. So let's go to Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? The point in this is the earth is given into the hands of a wicked people. So what do? They do wicked things. In fact, let me show you how wicked they really are. Let's go over to Proverbs chapter 4. So we know that the earth is being controlled by wicked people. But this is how deep, and this isn't even showing you how deep it goes. This is just brushing the surface to give you an idea of what they're really like. Proverbs chapter 4, starting at verse 14. And it reads, let's start let's go to 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, okay? Go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So that's beautiful. Let me get it over here in the New Living Translation so you can understand what it's trying to tell you. I can break it down, but I love the way the New Living Translation actually interprets it. So let's get it. Proverbs 4 and 16, the NLT, and it reads, for evil people can't sleep until they have done evil deeds, have done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they have caused someone to stumble. And so, and then we got to go into, I got to get this one too. That's Micah 2:1, because this is important. Woe to those who devise iniquity and plot evil on their beds. At morning's light they accomplish it, because it's in the power of their hands. Well, two things there. There's two things here with this precept. Well, first of all, the first precept I brought out was Proverbs 4:16, saying that these people cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of their sleep unless they have made somebody else stumble. So they literally are tossing and turning at night unless they're fucking somebody over, for the lack of better words. And then when you go into Micah, it shows that there's going to be a judgment there. It says there's going to be a judgment. What do you mean? Well, let's read it again. Let's dig in. Woe to those that devise iniquity and plot evil on their beds. So what does woe mean? It means total and utter destruction. So these people will at a certain point be destroyed. But they can't even they literally can't sleep at night unless they're doing wickedness. That is crazy. They're going to lose sleep unless they're taking you down. So they hate us so much. This goes back into the Israelites, that they can't sleep at night unless they're finding a way still to remove us, going all the way back to Exodus chapter 1 KJV. And when I mean going all the way back, watch this. Exodus 1:10. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it comes to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also into our enemies and fight against us. And so get them up out of the land. So they want to, and so what do? They want to take us out. Read verse 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. So the point is like they're saying, let's deal wisely with them. When you go into Proverbs 4 and starting at 14, it literally tells you, or at 16, it says they can't sleep it unless they've done evil. This is how they're dealing wisely, because they're plotting mischief against the people. And let me further, let's go in even further. Let's go to the book of Daniel. 8 and 25. This is a go-to verse. Most people know this one by heart when they study a lot. And it says, this is Daniel 8 and 25. You know what? Let's start at 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, that's us right now, we're in the latter time of our kingdom, when the transgressors are come to a full, and a king of fierce countenance and understanding, dark sentences, shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. So, and the power is Yahweh allowing these things to happen. Like I said, man, these people that are working for the kingdom, that are sincerely trying to come back to this truth to the best of their ability according to their knowledge, he's not trying to take, like I said, that you're going to be protected because you're in sincerity, but you got 2/3 that are going to, that shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Even though that they're wicked, they're still part of that royal priesthood. They're the 2/3 wicked of the royal priesthood. So let me read it again, and then we'll move on. And so, in the latter time of their kingdom, when transgressors are come to a full, if there's a king of fierce countenance and understanding, dark sentences shall stand up, and by his power, and his power shall be not mighty, but not by his own power. Of course, how is going to allow this to happen? And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Now here's the point. and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper. That goes back into Exodus 1 and 10. Come, let's deal wisely. Let's deal wisely with them. So how do they deal wisely with us? They have these policies that they make. And through these policies, they cause craft to prosper. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, which means your mind, and by peace shall destroy many. So, and it's funny because I was telling you earlier that they gave all the money over to Ukraine, so they couldn't help the people in North Carolina. They give all the money over to Israel. They give all the money to the immigrants. So they couldn't help the people because why? Because through peace. And so now what are they doing? They're destroying the people in North Carolina by saying, I can't help you guys at all. You guys are on your own. Nobody's allowed to help each other. They were telling, FEMA literally said, if you have donations, give them to us. You don't need to give them to these people. Don't help these people. You give them to us and we'll take care of it accordingly. So they're literally saying, give all of your money donations and food donations to the FEMA group and they'll distribute it. But the people that are trying to help the people are not supposed to help. They're literally telling them not to help each other. That's crazy. I don't even know how to put that. So through his policy shall cause craft to prosper, but through peace shall destroy many. So through his spending all the money on these wars in the name of peace, now all these people are going to be destroyed for real because they're supposedly have $0 and 0 cents to help their own people. But now if you were an immigrant, they probably fly a helicopter and pull you out, give you a fucking $15,000 food card with like a $5,000 of cash on it, or however much. And then when you run out, they just refill it for you, giving you free housing, giving you flights around the country to secret places so they can pretend like there's nobody coming in. So you see what I mean? So he's not helping you. He was trying to take you out. He's dealing wisely with you. I've gone far enough on that. Let's move away from it. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, because what did I say? He said, let's deal wisely with them. So what you guys don't realize is you're still slaves. So let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And how am I going to prove that you're still a slave? Let me show you. Going to verse 47. Even know that a lot of I would say 1/3 of the people are coming back to the truth and sincerity and righteousness. We still have to suffer the curses also, and because there was a time when we also rejected what this truth was that it is being taught. We were rejecting this truth that's being taught. Is what I'm trying to say. So, without further ado, Deuteronomy 28:47, because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. Exodus 10:1 again. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. He controls your food, your water, your clothing, your housing, want of all things. He controls every aspect of your life. And yes, in the transatlantic slave trade, they actually did have a physical yoke of iron that they put upon our neck until we're destroyed. And then what happened is they actually did that. And when we were finally mentally and physically destroyed as a people, they rebranded slavery as freedom and told us we're free. And actually told us if we don't have a job, we can't have a place to stay. We have to work for our oppressors, but we only can make a certain amount of money. We can't actually get ahead. We're always kept in a position just enough to get back to work and almost pay your bills, but you're always slowly falling behind. So if you think that you're not in slavery, this is through his policy. His policies are causing these crafts to prosper because it's working. That's why he owns all of the food, the water, the textiles. He's literally he owns us. We have social security cards. So he has done exactly what he set out to do. And he hasn't accomplished his goal yet because he's running out of time. And that's where it's going to get really weird because, see, because they know that they're running out of time, they're going to start acting more and more crazy as time goes by. It's going to get more progressively more and more wicked. You can already feel it in the air, especially when it's this time of year. So these guys, not only they're running out of time, but it's funny because at the same time, they think that they're the gods. They think that they're the gods over the earth, over the heavens, over the waters. That's why they make these laws, and like I said, going back to their policy, they decide, well, it should be this way, it should be that way. Man can be with man, women can be with women. Let's try and make our own animals. Let's control the weather. Let's see if we can make earthquakes. Let's make these weapons that can blow up the entire earth. So what does that go into? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, starting at verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, and the son of perdition. So it's saying, don't be deceived. These days aren't gonna happen until we know who the actual oppressor is. Now in the scriptures it tells you it's the Edomites. So now on earth we have to make a distinction of who lines up to the prophecy of the Edomites. You see what I'm saying? So verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worshipped, so that he as Yahweh sit in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. And how did he do that? Iconoclasm, replacement theology. He put his face over the face of Yahweh, and repeatedly throughout history has done that. And then tell you stuff like, well, color doesn't matter. But when you go into scriptures, they were calling him nigger. And they were saying in the 1300 Bible that Yahweh was so dark it was like the soot on the inside of the chimney. But color doesn't matter, but then they go and paint their own picture. That's how you know they revere themselves as the God. And they want you to revere them as the God also. That's why he's exalting himself above all that is called Yahweh. The Old Testament's done away with, or none of that's even real. Don't believe that. There's a new religion coming out on AI soon, or science is more accurate than religion. Religion is just made up. They say all these things, but yet they have to refer back to the Bible for all of their answers. Let's move on from that. Let's keep going. So let's go to, so we know that he's exalting himself as God. And you can just look in the way that they move, that they really truly think that they're the gods of the earth. The way they look down at you through their nose, and they think, I've had bums on the street come up and try and teach me the Bible. But I've been teaching this scripture for so many years now, it's like second nature to me. But how insulting is that, right? That they're just that prideful. They know so much more. They can just walk right up off the street and tell you what you should know. So they definitely exalt themselves as gods above you. Going into the book of Psalms chapter 2, starting at verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against the anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Going right back into Exodus 1 and 10. Come, let us deal with them wisely. In other words, they're trying to take us out, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper. So, like, hey, everybody's got to, it's a mandate. Everybody's got to take the sea hip. Mexicans and blacks and Indians first. And then all these people now, we notice they are dying, but they said that on the news. We need these blacks, Mexicans, and Indians to be first. We just really need that to happen now. They were adamant about us being first, and now everybody's dying from it. And you guys believe them to be the gods too, because you guys get mad when we show you that the scriptures are clear on that the people that are lying, you can see that they're liars. So let me keep going though. Verse 4, this is Psalms chapter 2 and verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. So when they try to take us out, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. So he's going to be laughing at them scornfully. Look what you guys think you can win. That's beautiful. That's going to be beautiful. So then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet I set my kingdom upon my holy hill of Zion. So he's saying, I'm setting my kingdom with Zion, not with you dumb Edomites that are trying to play God right now. But this is beautiful. It says, then he shall speak to them in his wrath. And so I know that in Isaiah, when the Most High pleads with all flesh in chapter 66, let's get it, because 15 and 16 kind of sounds the same. It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, Yahweh shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. So let's go ahead and get that. This is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. So when he decides to speak unto them in his wrath and vex them with the sword of his pleasure, you're gonna get your asses burned. It tells you all throughout the Bible he's going to turn you into stubble, and Israel's going to be the wheat that goes in the barn, and the rest of the 2/3 in the other nations will be stubble that is set aside to be burned. You are going to be on fire. And I think that's that's not a spiritual thing. I mean, it is a spiritual thing, but we're going to burn you up inside with these scriptures first, but then the Most High is going to light your ass up for real in the end. You know why? Because when you heard the scriptures, it fucking burned you up inside. It burned you up inside. So now we're gonna burn you up he's gonna burn you up for real, and we're gonna go in the kingdom and watch, and then we're gonna be scared, and we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Mahashem, Yahweh Shai. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's go to book of Revelation. And we're gonna go to chapter 6, I think. Yeah, 6. And we're gonna start at verse 3, and it reads, and when he hath opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that's beautiful, because Edom is that great sword, and Edom is the one that takes that peace. I mean, he literally uses the word peace just to cause people to be taken out by the sword. And through peace, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And what's in his hand? His sword. Chop. Let's keep going, because what's really cool is the reason why he's doing all this. So let's find out, why is he doing all this to us? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and starting from the top. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So right now, he's in his season, he's in his time, but he's getting increasingly worse. And so, why is he getting so bad? Well, first, let's get Jeremiah and find out, because he knows the times and he knows the seasons. So he knows what's coming up pretty soon. So it's making him more and more scared. And each time, the more scared they get, the harder it is for them to have a well thought out plan or reaction. So you start seeing them scrambling around, and there's a reason for that. But let's get this first. This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, "Hear ye the word of Yahweh, hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." See, they know that they're running out of time. That's why they're getting all crazy. They're dismayed at what's going on. Oh no, we're running. Let's prove it. Let's prove it. Let's see if I can find it right now. Yeah, Revelation 12 and 12. In fact, yeah, I'll start at 12 and 12. Let's go right to the point. So I said that he's running out of time. That's why they're scrambling. That's why they're dismayed at the signs of heaven, because they know. That's why they got Space Force. That's why they're cutting the feed on NASA. They said that the fathership is showing up at the moon. All kinds of crazy stuff. All kinds of crazy accusations are coming out. Let me show you why. Rejoice there. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Do you see that? So why is he scrambling? Because even he knows that he's running out of time. So all this stuff they're doing all the way back to North Carolina, the hurricane, they're trying to get their microchips and their lithium-ion batteries ready so they can fight against Yahweh. They need to have these supercomputers up and running. Now I got a video, I almost got my whole channel kicked off. I don't even know if I should mention this or not. But we are the supercomputer and the chip. See, our bodies can run more information than those supercomputers, but those supercomputers get really hot. So they have to continuously have fresh water running to them to cool them down. So what are they doing? They're sucking our legs dry. It turns out though, just like one of our cells in our body can hold almost as much information as one of those supercomputers. So you guys see where I'm going with this? At MOTB, placed right with the correct information can turn you into a database that you can't access, but it can access, which is crazy. It's like our social security cards. Your social security card is actually a checking account with millions of dollars in it, but you're not allowed to access this. And if you do access and remove that money from that bank account, you will be put in prison. So the database, it's saying that it can use you as the database, but you're not going to be able to actually access the information. So you're the supercomputer that will be, where they will no longer need to have these big giant supercomputers to cool things down. They can run us. They can activate us, and they can run that same amount of information through like one of our cells. So just think if they're using our whole body, they can literally turn us into that what would be considered, I guess, to them a superhuman, but to us, a soon-to-be crispy, flaked, filleted 2/3, because the Most High already told you what He's going to do to those people that partake in that digital society. So if you participate in a digital society to the point of a subdermal implant that's placed beneath the skin, the Most High is going to deal with you the same way I showed you in Isaiah 66, 15 and 16. Moving on. So we know that they're running out of time, so they're acting crazy. They're trying to stop the future, which is impossible. So they're thinking that if they can come up with the right technology, that they can stop Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So they literally think that they can stop Yahweh Shai from showing up and putting things back into righteousness. Let's move around some more. Proverbs chapter 8. So let's go, Proverbs chapter 8. And we're going to go down to verse 28, and it reads, "When he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the foundations of the deep, when he gave the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. Do you guys know that'll be a dark saying for some people. For other people, that's very plain and simple. It's saying that he made boundaries, and before he even created the earth, he had already made the boundaries of how far things were. How far he was going to let things go. He's using the sea and the sand as a metaphor that you can only go this far. The ocean never crosses the sand for some reason, because the Most High set a boundary there to stop it. So what's the point? He set a boundary for the wicked, and that at a certain point they would be stopped. Let's get another precept on that and move on. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5. So let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, and let's go down to verse 22. Fear ye not, listen to this carefully. Fear ye me, Fear ye not me, saith Yahweh? Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for a boundary of the sea by a perpetual decree, forever, it never stops, that it cannot pass, it, and through the waves thereof toss themselves, they cannot prevail. Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over it. So no matter how hard these heathens, these Edomites, try to go past their point of what their kingdom is going to last for, they're not going to be able to accomplish it. In fact, just to get a little fun fact, all of the empires of the Edomites have only lasted between 200 and 250 years. And each time, they all get destroyed. And guess where we're at right now in this Edomite empire? We're at a good 250 years. So it's about time for that decree that it cannot pass it. And through even though the waves thereof toss themselves, so even though they're trying all these different things, even though they're trying to scare you, they roar and they're screaming and they're kicking, but they can't. They can pretend like all these things are they're going to be able to accomplish, but they're not. It literally says there will be a certain time period, like everything has its season. There's a certain appointed time for everything. I showed you that, and I think it was Ecclesiastes 3:1. So there's a certain time purpose, and right now is the time for the destruction of our oppressor. So let's keep going though. Let's jump around a little bit more. Let's go to the book of Malachi, chapter. Oops, that's Micah. Malachi, chapter 1, and starting from verse 4. And this is really beautiful because I just told you their kingdoms only last like 200 to 250 years. Well, here's the precept to that. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh, Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. So what does it say? Every time they build something, the Most High destroys it. So they shall build, but I will throw down. So their kingdoms only last about 250 years. We're at that 250-year marker, and this is the last captivity of the Israelites. So that's why they're freaking out, trying to do all these different things, because they know that they're actually at the real end of the line for the Edomites. So that's why when you go into Revelation 12 and 12, for they have but a short time. You go back into, like I said, Proverbs 8, Jeremiah 5, it shows you that the ocean can't go past a certain point. It hits the sand and it stops. That's a metaphor for saying everything has a time and a season. Okay? Now, the Edomites think that they can just come back and rebuild in all of the desolate places, but they can't. This desolate place right here is going to be destroyed again by Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. A couple more and let's get out of here. So we know that whereas Edom saith we are impoverished and they think that they're going to rebuild, let's go to the book of Obadiah. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. And in the book of Obadiah, only one chapter, let's go to verses 15. For the day of the Lord, let's read verse 1 first. Obadiah 1 and 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh, our power, concerning Edom, the Edomites. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us go rise up against her in battle. The point I wanted to bring out, the reason why I read verse 1 is because, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. This is concerning Edom. Now let's go down to verse 15. Because I just told you they're going to be destroyed. They can only go to a certain point, and this is why they're getting crazier and crazier and acting more and more wicked. So verse 15, Obadiah 1 and 15, and it reads, For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Ooh, that's why you guys are scrambling, because it literally says, for the day of Yahweh is near upon all you fucked up motherfuckers that have been nigger skin boots, nigger skin suits, using us as food, using us as sex slaves, using us as field slaves, using us as house slaves, taking us in captivity against our will, then telling us we're free but being the last one hired, first one fired, lowest wages across the board, always being redlined when you try to go buy a house, when you're trying to buy a car, you can't get a loan. So the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, raping, robbing, you know what, throwing our children headlong off of a wall. Yeah, you guys did that. You guys are doing that because we were circumcised. So guess what? Let me read it again. The day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward, your reward, is upon your own head. And that's beautiful. What is your reward? The works that you do in this life, which goes right into, I'm going to bring it out anyway. I was going to bring it out at the end of the class. You guys already know about Revelation 12, 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So it's telling you right there that his reward is with him. And it says, thy reward shall be upon thy own head. So as they have done, it shall be done unto thee. So what's his reward? He's going to get double what he's done to us. So this nation of wicked people are going to get double what they have done to the Israelites. Back to Proverbs chapter 29. And we're almost done here. I just had some notes. This class was actually through the power of the Spirit, but when my wife and I were having a conversation this morning, I brought it out. So let's go ahead and get right back into it. We got to figure out what's going on in here. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's really important because right now we're at that transition. We're showing you that the day of the Lord is near upon our enemy. So our enemy is about to get taken out. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. So what happens? When righteous is in authority, the people are going to rejoice again. They're going to be really, really happy. But when wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So what are we doing right now? I mean, when you wake up every day, what do you say? Good morning. Good morning, people. You know what we say in my house? Bayakab tuwab. Bayakab tuwab. Greetings and a good new day. They put witchcraft right on the words just to let you know you are in mourning. The wickedness is in rulership still. Let's get one more precept because I want to remind you guys one more time. Before I close out, I'm going to close out with this. I'm going to close out with this because we're getting ready for that transition. Their time is coming to an end, and our rulership is about to begin. So let's get that. First Chronicles chapter 16, and I just want to show you guys, sticking to the point of that people will rejoice when we're back in rulership. And we know that everybody is mourning right now. There's death on every corner. People are going to jail, getting flat tires, Indian burns. I mean, you name it, it's happening out there. That is not righteousness. So I wanted to show you, though, one more thing about the righteousness, though, of the people and everything that when righteousness is back in rulership. Let's get this. This is First Chronicles chapter 16, starting at verse 31. Let's start at verse 29. Give unto Yahweh the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come before him. Worship Yahweh in the beauty of his holiness. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Fear before him all the earth. The world also shall be stable, and it shall not be moved. Let the heavens be glad, let the earth rejoice. Let the man say among the nations, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai reigneth. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the fields rejoice, and all that is therein. Then shall the trees of wood sing out at the presence of Yahweh, because he cometh to judge the earth. Isn't that beautiful? One more. Oh, give thanks unto Yahweh, for he is good, and for his mercy endureth forever. So the reason why these guys are scrambling, their time is short. They can't cross a certain point. And after that point, after we get past that time period, even the trees are going to rejoice. We will no longer be in mourning. Right now, these trees and the plants and the flowers and the oceans, everything, they're sucking up microplastics. They got oil leaking on them. They got people throwing garbage in them. Just imagine that. When all that's cleaned up, the trees are going to grow stronger and bigger. The vegetables, the grass will be greener. It's going to rejoice truly in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to bring that out because this rulership of these wicked Edomites is literally at its end. And we only have a short time to go, and then we can also be back in the kingdom. So he that endureth until the end, let's get that. Let's get that. I want to get it on. I want to get it in the Bible Hub. Bible Hub would say Matthew 24 and 13. Okay, let's go and get it in the Bible Hub. The reason I want to go to the Bible Hub because it gives you all of the different translations, but it does another thing for me. I want to read it like this to you guys, because we know that we have to endure till the end to be saved. But I want to get Luke 21 and 19. By your patience endurance, by your patient endurance, you will gain your soul. Okay? So Matthew 10 and 22. You will be hated by everyone because of my name. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I didn't take no $1 million. What is it? One body. I didn't take $1 million to remove the name. You will be hated by everybody because of my name, but the one who preserves to the end will be saved. Do you guys see the point here? It goes into Sirach chapter 2, going into like come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So we're going to have to endure through all of these trials, tribulations, and temptations. One more, Matthew 24:12. Because of the multiplication of wickedness, the love of many will wax cold. But he that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. And if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this message. Shalom.